Hi, you're welcome to the Young Energy. We educate school children and youth on climate change and renewable energy. And today we'll be looking at what is global warming and how we can help reduce global warming. I am Victoria Edea Anthony, the founder of the Young Energy. First of all, we're going to be looking at what is energy. Energy is a source of power used as fuel and electricity for lighting, heating, and driving machines. We have two types of energy: renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Renewable energy are gotten from natural sources which can be replenished or replaced but cannot be exhausted nor produce harmful substances when used. Example of the natural sources include solar, energy gotten from the sun; biomass, energy gotten from plants and animal; wind, energy gotten from moving air; geothermal, energy gotten from rocks; and hydro, energy gotten from water. Non-renewable energy are energy gotten from natural resources which cannot be replenished but can be exhausted with time and produce harmful substances when used. Example of the natural resources include coal, fossil fuel, that is crude oil, natural gas, and nuclear. Climate change. I know some of you have heard the word climate change. So let's dive in. Climate change is described as the way both the weather and climate system are changing as a result of mankind industrial activities across the world, resulting into global warming. Climate change is as a result of the continuous use of non-renewable energy, which we mentioned earlier: coal, crude oil, for human activities, which led to the continuous increase of carbon emission, resulting to the accumulation of greenhouse gases in the upper atmosphere. The greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. The effect of global warming is already occurring. It's affecting our society already. We've always heard about this in the news. So let's look at some effects of global warming. Increase in ocean temperature and sea level rises. The melting of ice and snow resulting in rise in global sea level. Changes in rainfall pattern. The rainfall has not been regular as it's supposed to be. Even right now in Nigeria, we are in the rainy season and the rainfall has not been steady as it's supposed to be. Instead, we've been experiencing a lot of dry weather instead of rainy season. Severe weather condition. Examples are increase in flood and droughts. At times when it rains, it leads to flooding. Then also there's drought which affects farm crops. Increase in heat waves. Migration and extinction of certain species because of warm waters. There are some animals that can withstand warm waters, some aquatic animals that can withstand warm waters. Because of that, they migrate to other areas that are cool, or some even go into extinction. Other effects of global warming is food shortage, where the weather is not consistent, where you are having irregular rainforest. It affects the crops. And drought as well affects the crops yield. So it leads to food shortages. What are the human activities that causes global warming? The first of all is the use of fossil fuel in cars, in buses, in factories, generators. The continuous use of fossil fuel on a daily basis leads to the emission of carbon dioxide, which causes global warming. Cutting down of trees, which is also known as deforestation. The trees are meant to absorb CO2, that's the carbon emission that are being emitted from vehicles. But when trees are cut down, there is nothing for us to absorb the CO2. And because of that, this leads to the increase of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Firewood burning. This occurs mostly in the rural communities where their source of electricity, their source of energy for cooking, their source of power is from firewood, which is being used for cooking, for drying of food, for frying. So this leads to the emission of carbon dioxide, and they all result into global warming. Eating too much cow and sheep meat. Cow and sheep meat contains methane, and methane is 80 times of carbon dioxide. So eating too much of cow and sheep meat also results into global warming. Excessive use of electricity in a home where you have some rooms that are not occupied, but the appliances are being on. The fan is on, the AC is on, and no one is there. Everyone are consuming electricity at the same time. It actually leads to global warming in the sense that the source at which this electricity are being produced comes from non-renewable energy source. And by the time we are all using this electricity in an excessive way, we keep reproducing electricity. And the source is from non-renewable energy source, which leads to global warming. What can you do as a school child? What can you do as a youth to stop global warming? Unplug unused appliances. Any appliances that is not in use, we are advised to unplug them so we can limit our usage on electricity. Plant trees. In our environment where you have some space around, check around your environment where you have some spaces that are not yet been occupied, you can plant trees at your backyard. Other way you can stop global warming is walk to school. Instead of you allowing your parents to drive you to school daily, especially if your school is just close by, some meters away from your home, it's advisable you walk to school to reduce the usage of cars. Then you can also ride a bicycle. If you can practice how to ride a bicycle, it's better. Ride a bicycle to school. Eat more vegetables and less meat, because as we've learned that meat, cow and sheep meat contain methane, which is one of the greenhouse gases, and methane is 80 times of carbon dioxide. So eat more vegetables. Reuse and recycle plastics. Plastic we use for our soft drink, instead of we throwing them away, we can wash it and use them again as water can. Other way we can reduce global warming is the use of solar system. Solar system is one of the renewable energy source to generate electricity, where we have to use solar panels, batteries, and inverters. During hot weather, instead of we putting on the ACs, we can open the doors and windows. Other way we can reduce global warming, we should put on sweater during cold weather. Instead of we putting on the heater, put on your sweater. Pick up litters around your surroundings, and also use energy efficient bulbs. Most of these energy efficient bulbs, they last longer. They come in 5 watts, 10 watts, some are 20 watts. Instead of the incandescent bulbs, which is 100 watts or 120 watts. So we expected to use energy efficient bulbs. Other way we can stop global warming is to spread awareness. Tell your friends, tell your colleagues, tell your neighbors about global warming. Now we've come to the end of this section, And so you have some questions that you are expected to pull down the answers. The first one is what are the differences between renewable and non-renewable energy? What is global warming? What are the effects of global warming? What causes global warming? Then are you worried about the future? That if global warming persists, what we hold for us? So are you worried about the future? Then what can we do to save the earth? So you pull down your answers. Then you can also comment. Drop your answers in the comment section. Share with me what you've understand by global warming and how we can save it. Then don't fail to subscribe. Tell your friends about it and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much and see you in our next video.